I guess they call me the OG, the original Aunt Vivian.
Number 10. David Hyde Pierce, Frasier. When Frasier Crane left Boston behind to recover from his divorce from Lilith, he found himself reconnecting with family back home in Seattle. That included his younger brother and fellow psychiatrist, Niles. He was somehow more fastidious, arrogant, and elitist than Frasier.
Can't deny a certain measure of guilt living as you do in your exclusive lily-white world.
That being said, Niles didn't spend years drinking at Cheers with Norman Cliff, which would ground anyone. David Hyde Pierce played Niles and has popped up sporadically in various movies and TV shows since Frasier ended. That includes an uncredited part voicing Abe Sapien in the 2004 Hellboy movie and supporting roles in other productions.
Turn the pages, please, if you don't mind. Please. The pages.
While he's also done some Broadway work, he's never taken on another on-screen role as career-defining or memorable as Niles Crane.
Well, it requires a lot of talent, You have to have timing and balance and the ability to strike and instantly retreat.
So you kick him and then run away?
Yes.
Number 9. Stacy Keenan, Step by Step. When Frank Lambert and Carol Foster met and fell in love on a Jamaican vacation, they made the impulsive decision to get married.
Honey, you know what would be fun?
Yeah, but the kids are still up.
And each one of them already had 3 kids. This meant that they were suddenly a blended family with 6 children.
Don't you two ever give your lips a rest?
That essentially made Step by Step a 1990s version of the Brady Bunch. Stacy Keenan starred as Dana Foster, Carol's oldest child.
Country music is not my thing. I'm not the hootenanny, rhinestone, big hair kind of gal.
She pretty much disappeared from TV after the end of the series, other than some bit parts, and mostly found work in a few movies.
Oh, yeah, Topanga.
What's a Topanga?
Keenan eventually left acting behind, and is now a deputy district attorney under her birth name in Los Angeles County. Number 8. David Faustino, Married with Children. Not everyone loved the crass adventures of the Bundys on Married with Children.
Can someone get me some water?
You know where the kitchen is?
But this series was still incredibly popular and helped build Fox into a mainstream network.
A weird thing happened to me at school today. My English teacher, Miss McGowan, she was looking at me.
It also turned Ed O'Neill, Katie Sagal, and Christina Applegate into superstars. But David Faustino has had a much lower profile career than his former castmates.
I shall not leave you to your tissue and cheese-infested lives.
While there haven't been a lot of big roles, he has consistently worked in movies and on TV.
Nice shot!
Faustino was even the voice of Mako on the critically acclaimed animated series The Legend of Korra.
If the Wolfmats are gonna fight dirty, then so should we.
No, we can't. The refs have it out for us. If we're gonna win this thing, it has to be fair and square.
That is a far cry from the mostly degenerate Bud Bundy he used to play on Married with Children. Number 7. Lisa Bonet, The Cosby Show. Being a Cosby kid in the 1980s was a big deal.
What you doing?
Waiting to talk to Dad.
What are you gonna talk about?
Just things.
Several younger actors made a name for themselves on the seminal sitcom The Cosby Show. Lisa Bonet played Denise, the second oldest of the Huxtable children.
I have a problem. I have a friend, and she's a really good person. She's really smart and everything, but I think there's something wrong with her. Physical.
Is this person related to me?
She was a popular enough character that she got her own spin-off, A Different World, about her going to college.
Welcome to Gilbert.
Thanks. It's so nice to be in this dorm. Compared to freshman dorms, this place is like paradise. Oh, I'm Denise Huxtable.
Bonet, who was married to Lenny Kravitz at the time, got pregnant, and she briefly left both series behind. Bonet would briefly return to The Cosby Show, but it was never the same.
Like the music.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can go turn it off if you want. You might be sick of it.
You should turn it up.
She continues to act, but her career just never reached the heights of her days on the situation comedy. But she and her current husband, Jason Momoa, are doing just fine. Number 6. Mark Lynn Baker, Perfect Strangers. Like most fish-out-of-water stories, Perfect Strangers needed a zany character and a normal character. And Larry Appleton was not the zany character. After moving to Chicago, Larry's distant cousin Balky appeared on his doorstep.
Am I looking up Larry Appleton?
Larry Appleton, that's me.
Larry!
Balki was from a small Mediterranean island called Mypos, which led to a lot of crazy shenanigans, mishaps, and misunderstandings about American culture.
Hello, the Ritz.
But every wacky character needs a straight man to play off, and that's where Larry shined.
Oh, yes, well, we'll try to keep it down. No, thank you. Bye-bye.
Larry was portrayed wonderfully by Mark Lynn Baker, but Perfect Strangers was ultimately his only major role post-90s.
Don't you see what's happened? I've gone from peaceful little Larry Appleton to a guy who picks fights in bars.
His acting career has continued, but primarily in one-off guest roles on other series and some stage work.
4 series regulars. 3 go, 1 stays. Me. You know what the odds of that are?
Number 5. Jenna Von Oy. Blossom. After Blossom's mother left the family, her father took the responsibility of caring for her and her 2 brothers. But the focus was primarily on Blossom and the trials and tribulations of growing up.
We all have to make our own mistakes. Mom and Dad, they need to find their own answers. Comprende?
Yeah, I guess.
Hey, you speak Spanish.
After a while, every episode of Blossom started to seem like a very special episode of the sitcom. Fortunately, she had her friend Six around to help.
And she kept calling me Sex instead of Six. I go, you're so clever, Lorraine. Like, you're the first person to ever call me that.
An extremely fast talker, Six was a good friend to Blossom's entire family. Jenna Von Oy, who played Six, would go on to have a moderately successful career in both film and TV.
Oh, come on. You don't need a mother to deal with your first period. I mean, everything you need to know is printed right on the box.
She starred in the Moesha spin-off The Parkers for 5 seasons, though things quieted down quite a bit after that ended in 2004.
Mama killed him. Mama killed him.
Number 4. Kelly Shaneen Williams. Family Matters. Family Matters was originally conceived as a spin-off of Perfect Strangers, focused on the family of Harriet and Carl Winslow. But the dynamic changed at warp speed when an uber-nerdy Season 1 side character named Steve Urkel appeared, and quickly became a legit cultural phenomenon.
Hi, Laura! These are for you! Wow, are you wearing a bra?
For much of the series, Steve was obsessed with the Winslow's oldest daughter, Laura.
Then today, all of a sudden I realized that I'm in love with you.
Kelly Shaneen Williams played Laura throughout the series, but her career mostly stalled after that.
I've dreamed of hearing those words ever since the first day I laid eyes on you.
Well, you're not dreaming now?
2020 did see her return in the holiday movie Christmas in Carolina, alongside Darius McCrary, who played her older brother Eddie on Family Matters.
I've been planning this Christmas week for a long time. I wanted to be perfect.
Merry Christmas!
Oh, Merry Christmas!
Number 3. Orlando Brown. That's So Raven. Raven-Symoné has easily been the most successful of all of the Cosby kids, and has had the longest-lasting career. That's So Raven was a series about Raven Baxter, who received visions of the future.
So, what's the new Raven gonna do?
Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to go to Petrocelli, talk to him, no parents, one-on-one.
Go get your mother. Today!
As is often the case with such visions, Ravens led to non-stop kooky and madcap happenings.
Hurry up!
Okay. How do I look?
You have your mother's hair.
You know, I've been told that. I gotta...
No, you have your mother's hair.
Oh, okay. Is my hair okay now?
By the time Orlando Brown was cast as Raven's best friend Eddie Thomas, he'd already been on several TV shows, including Family Matters.
I finally figured out what was so gross about me in your vision. This.
You've got a bandage!
But his career after That's So Raven has been much different. Roles in any media form have been few and far between.
So everybody coming to America. God bless America.
Unfortunately, issues with the law as well as substance abuse have played a part in that. Number 2. Angus T. Jones, 2.5 Men.
Manly men.
Few people turned on their own shows harder than Angus T. Jones did. 2.5 Men was about a jingle writer named Charlie Harper who loved the bachelor life a little too much.
Oh, is she staying over? Because I may have parked behind her.
When his brother's wife threw him out, Alan and his son Jake moved in.
What are you smiling about?
You don't have any food.
The whole series descended into chaos when lead actor Charlie Sheen had a very public meltdown. Adding to the problems, Angus, who played Jake, famously declared that 2.5 Men was, quote, filth after finding a new religious direction in life.
Do you think I've been a good role model?
Are you kidding? You drink, you gamble, you have different women here practically every night. You're the best role model a guy could want.
He eventually disappeared from the series, and after a small role in other productions, left acting behind entirely.
That was making light of topics in our world that are really problems for a lot of people. And I was a paid hypocrite because I wasn't okay with it, but I was still doing it.
Number 1. Janet Hubert, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air came out at a time when Will Smith reputedly really needed the money.
Yo, we're here to display a look at a woman who's 40 today.
But it also helped him transition into being one of the biggest movie stars in the last few decades. The show saw his character move from Philadelphia to Bel-Air to live with his wealthy aunt and uncle.
Oh, Philip, I had the greatest day thanks to you. That party really helped me put things in perspective.
About halfway through the series, the original actress to play Aunt Viv disappeared. This was reportedly due to Janet Hubert and Will Smith not getting along, though they ultimately patched things up for the reunion show in 2020.
I guess they call me the OG, the original Aunt Vivian.
Hubert continued to work in TV, including a run as Yvonne Godfrey on the classic daytime soap opera General Hospital starting in 2018. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from MsMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.